Compiling a top 10 list of favorite video game songs seems like a frustrating endeavor. Even selecting favorite gaming soundtrack albums could take a painfully long time, but sorting the music from our favorite franchises is broad enough to warrant some not-so-friendly deliberation. This means every piece of music produced for every game in a series, bundled together. Some of these are competitive because of their size, while others have achieved audible excellence with only a handful of games. Music moves each of us in unique ways, and every member of the GT staff had to let at least one favorite go to complete this composition. It wasn't until Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos that Blizzard's RTS-turned-MMO series went from chiptunes to a full fantasy orchestra. As the world of Azeroth changed into a massive open-world setting, the music helped us make the transition, whether we were stepping through the gates of Stormwind or climbing the winding path to the Frozen Throne. The music of Warcraft introduces you to new zones across the sprawling map, heralds the launch of each new expansion to the evolving world, and continually elevates the franchise to the top of epic, Western role-playing soundtracks. Mega Man has seen a lot of changes over the years, but the music in the series remains one of its strongest aspects. The high-energy tracks convey the unique personalities of each robot master, whether it's the frantic Metal Man theme or the grand Storm Eagle theme. To this day, few songs get us as pumped as the Mega Man 2 title screen track, whether we have a history with the sequel or not. The fact that Takashi Tateishi and many others were able to put so much vitality and emotion into the various songs with limited tools is an incredible feat. The little guy just wouldn't be the Blue Bomber without his tunes. Although the series is much smaller than other entries on the list, the quality of the Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross soundtracks is undeniable. Both were primarily composed by Yasunori Mitsuda, a former sound programmer who threatened to leave Square if he wasn't allowed to compose music. Each game features swelling, triumphant battle themes complemented by sparse, dreamlike songs that manage to convey the feeling of constantly moving through the ages. Every period piece is distinct, capturing the hope, struggle, or despair enveloping each location. We may never get another Chrono game, but these songs will always stand the test of time. Ambience and melody are often seen as opposites, but even from its earliest days, Metroid has used both to powerful effect. Its haunting tones bolster feelings of isolation, becoming more unsettling as you find yourself lost in deep, winding caverns. And yet, the music is also infectious enough to wrap into your memory even after you've put the controller down. There's a sense of weight that carries with you, and even the heroic themes that define Samus remain grounded, allowing her rest after completing a mission, but always remembering that another dark corner of the galaxy awaits her arrival. Despite the chest-beating gorilla on the box, or perhaps it's precisely because of him, the music of Donkey Kong Country is, and always has been, extraordinarily sophisticated. David Wise's compositions are diverse works of Kong-like genius. They don't just fit along with any given environment, they are just as much of a part of DK's worlds as the scenery. The series isn't afraid of adapting to fit a new genre, but still keep the overall score within its own style, which promotes a never-ending sense of wonder and discovery. Sticker Brush Symphony is on a level all its own. This sentence exists here just so you, the viewer, can listen to it for a couple extra seconds. As much as we appreciate the soundtracks of the original MSX and NES games, Kojima's stealth action series didn't hit its musical stride until the 1998 release of Metal Gear Solid. The music for the series reached new heights when renowned film composer Harry Gregson Williams produced the now iconic rendition of the Metal Gear Solid theme for Sons of Liberty. Ever since he teamed up with Japanese composer Norihiko Hibino, Metal Gear has boasted one of the most powerful soundtracks in all of gaming, making moments ring with an intensity previously reserved for film and television. And that's not even including the euphoric rock ballads of Metal Gear Rising, a truly masterful achievement for video game music. Castlevania's music is immortal. Lords of Shadow didn't break new ground, but remained a solid piece of craftsmanship. What makes the franchise music stand out is the combination of elements from multiple sources, including techno, gothic rock, classical, jazz, new age, and metal. Depending on the aesthetic or the area the player is absorbing, the music creates a particular tone. Just like Dracula, the series has evolved with the times. They made the NES sound spooky, took full advantage of the PS1 CD quality, and spun some of the greatest tracks the Genesis ever heard. Whether you're swinging to a pipe organ or an electric guitar, no quest through Castlevania is ever quiet. The theme from Super Mario Bros. Defined an entire generation of video games. If Nintendo had stopped producing music for these games at the turn of the century, Mario would have still found his way onto this list. Every track that's been added to the series' substantial score is based on the principle of pure interactive enjoyment. Some of Mario's tunes are somber or mysterious, but all of them have an inviting attitude that keeps you persisting no matter the challenge. The tone of each tune adapts perfectly to the setting, and like Mario's pitch-perfect gameplay, it will often take you in unexpected directions. The core series has received the most attention, but anything Mario attaches his name to carries the same musical pedigree. Few franchises can boast such enduring classics as The Legend of Zelda, though one of its most iconic tunes almost didn't come to pass. Composer Koji Kondo originally intended to use Maurice Ravel's Bolero for the overworld theme, but had to craft a song from scratch within a day when he learned Bolero was still under copyright. Ever since the original NES classic, we've been treated to countless tracks that have immersed us deeper and deeper in the magically everlasting kingdom of Hyrule. Each adventure has come with its own unique theme, but a handful of tracks always manage to pay homage to the compositions of the past. Whistled through an ocarina or conducted with a Wind Waker, Zelda's music is a timeless treasure. All of us have our personal favorites, but there's no denying the absolute avalanche of A+ music we've been given following the release of the original Final Fantasy in 1987. The core Roman numeral releases are packaged with themes for most, if not all, of the central characters. Music itself is weaved into the fabric of the lore. The vocal talent of characters like Garnet, Rinoa, and Edward the Bard plays a key part in each plot. Final Fantasy VI challenges you to perform in an opera. Even offshoots like Crystal Chronicles and Tactics have incredible scores. The library is so vast, it's inspired multiple concert tours and spawned its own video game series to celebrate itself. From Uematsu to Sakamoto to Tanioka to Hamazu, we can't separate our memories of Final Fantasy from the music that helped the moments become eternally crystallized in our minds.